YouTube? Heylow here with another Total War Warhammer 2 replay. Today I'm going to be bringing you a 3v3 matchup that I played with wickD and Regina. And we are going to be rocking Chaos, Vampire Counts, and the Wood Elves. We will be playing against the Lizardmen, Tomb Kings, and Skaven. So let's jump into the compositions. Alright, so for Chaos here, I brought Kolek, a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, the Summoners of Rage, and 3 units of Dragon Ogres. That is literally my entire build. Back here, wickD rocking the Wood Elves. He's going to bring Orion as his lord, supported by a Spellsinger of Life. He's going to have a couple units of Eternal Guard with shields spread out here. His mid is going to be 4 units of Way Watchers, and then he's going to have some Firebark Elders and Sisters of the Thorn. So that is going to be the gist of his composition. And next we will have Regina with the Vampire Counts. In the woods here, we are going to be seeing the Red Duke with the unit of Blood Knights, the Black Coach, and then over here on the flank, we are going to have the White King and 2 units of Dire Wolves, and then a cheeky little rear Vanguard deploy over here with 3 units of Hex Wraiths. So that is going to be what she's bringing to the fight today. Pretty small army for a 3v3. Tiny, basically. Very elite. Regina's build entirely mobile with Cav and a Black Coach. My build all anti-large and monstrous units. And then wickD here bringing probably the most normal build with Orion, a Spellsinger, core of archers to support the main line, and some Eternal Guard just to keep stuff held in place. So we'll switch on over to the opponents over here. The Skaven going to be rocking 2 units of Gutter Runners with Slingers and Poison, a front line of Skaven Slaves, followed up by some Clan Rat Spears. His lord is going to be Tretch Craven Tail, and he's going to be supported by a Plague Priest. In the back here, we're going to have 2 units of Plague Monks, a Hell Pit Abomination, the Deathglow Bombardiers, Plague Claw Catapult, some more Clan Rat Spears in the rear, and then some Rat Ogres. So that's going to be it for the Skaven, and over to the Lizardmen. So 2 units of Chameleon Skinks up front, going to do some skirmishing, Skink Cohort on the flank over here, and then a line of Saurus Spears and Saurus Warriors, supported in the rear with the Cold One Rider, Bastillodon Solar Engine, Bastillodon with Rev Crystal, the Krukgar himself, and then we're going to have a Pharaoh Bastillodon. So a bit of a heavy dino list themselves with a very thick front line. And then over to the Tomb Kings, we are going to have them kind of hanging out in the woods over here. The front line of Skeleton Spears, supported by a back line of Tomb Guard and the Kepler Guard. And then they're also going to have a Screaming Skull Catapult, Setcher the Imperishable for their lord, hanging out on his chariot, rear of Ushabti with Great Bow. And then he's going to have 2 Tomb Scorpions and the Kemrian War Sphinx. So that is going to be it. That is going to be the army builds. So as you can see, the enemy definitely has us very heavily outnumbered. It's going to be a tough matchup. Let's see if we can pull it off or not. Alright, so starting this match, we decided to stay hidden behind this hill because they had nothing Vanguard deployed and they have no line of sight of us. So they have no idea what we're using for our builds right now. The vampires hanging out up front, just chilling in the woods, being our eyes so we can watch this advancing. They're gradually going to start moving into our blind spot here. You can see on the map that little dark shadow is everything that we can't see essentially. And those Hex Wraiths just chilling in the back waiting for an opportunity to come out. I don't want to get spotted and isolated early on. So yeah, we're just going to be kind of waiting here. And these Skinks going to be cresting the hill. We're just going to follow them up here. These little rascally guys. Oh god, their animations look so weird. But yeah, you're going to see this whole horde, and they're going to get eyes on in the woods there and kind of get vision. And they're going to crest. Just keep kind of skirmishing along here, following stuff. Legolas with Deer Alpha IC, getting some shots. We're going to have the vampires pulling their units out here. And yeah, cresting the hill, the whole horde armies. And they are going to come upon a swarm of Dragon Ogres and some Firebark Elders. Just a giant blob of death hanging out over here. So seeing that we've been spotted, we are just going to advance our entire force. All our Dragon Ogres, Kolek and the family, just going to bum rush, going for a run. And we're going to go straight after his dinosaurs here. So we're going to see the Bastillodon with Solar Engine. It's going to try and take a pot shot any second here. But yeah, the Rev Crystal and Solar Engine, 2 big threats. Missing Kolek, big deal, because that's going to be damage that he is not taking. And yeah, we're going to get straight into the thick of it. So this engagement going on here. Skaven pushing up on the flank, just starting to kind of cover up on this hillside. Lizardmen just getting straight in. Krokar coming in, getting into this Shagoth. The Rev Crystal just getting into the thick of it with the Summoners of Rage and some Dragon Ogres. Sorcerer over here to support. Way Watchers pushing up, trying to nuke down some Saurus and some Dinos. Eternal Guard moving up on the flanks, but meanwhile, the entire Tomb King formation going to be pushing up on our flank, getting into the woods, some Dire Wolves, the White King, trying to get at Cetra. Skeleton Spear is going to be moving in to back them up. But yeah, the fight going on over here. My Sorcerer drops a Purple Sun, getting some good damage on some Cold One Riders and some Saurus Warriors, causing some Rampage, doing some thick damage on this Bastiladon Solar Engine. Meanwhile, over here, some Dragon Ogres getting kind of beat down by Krokar. My Shagoth getting caught up in some Saurus and Skinks. Not really able to engage with Krokar, but fortunately our Way Watcher support over here going to be absolutely tearing Krokar to bits. Getting some nuke shots in on him, and he's going to rout, but he is not going to make it off the battlefield today. Krokar is going to die filled with arrows, and there he goes, dropping off his dino and falling into the mists of his brethren. So the Shagoth's going to be doing some work here, now going after the Rev Crystal. Way Watchers dropping some hard nukes on it, going to get absolutely torn up and routed. Tomb Scorpions now coming in, getting into the monster mash, wanting a piece of the action. Unfortunately, they are anti-infantry, so Dragon Ogres here are going to do some really, really good work against the Tomb Scorpion. No, my mistake. Tomb Scorpion, yep, anti-infantry. Definitely think the Tomb Kings should have brought some anti-large. Probably weren't expecting a build like this, but it definitely is nice to have, especially against Chaos. But yeah, Tomb Scorpion getting absolutely mulched on. So he's going to get beat down and crumble, and we're just going to leave him there and go after some more juicy stuff. Meanwhile, the Kemrian War Sphinx over here getting absolutely torn apart by these Way Watchers. He should have just charged through and gone straight after him instead of staying in the fight here to support the Skeletons and Tomb Guard. But yeah, he's getting pretty rinsed up. He's going to get dropped. Scorpions down. We're going to push our Shagoths over on the flank here, try and get into some of the infantry to save the Black Coach from getting too bogged down. Eventually going to try and push into this Screaming Skull Catapult. But yeah, the Dino is going pretty crazy over here. He's trying to save our Dragon Ogres from getting shot up by these Skinks, tearing up this Bastiladon. He's going to end up running away, just like the Solar Engine. Meanwhile, Plague Claw Catapult still propping some shots away. Watchers trying to give him some jukes. Skaven over here pushing in hard. Still really strong Skaven army over here. Barely taking any damage so far. Hell Pit's getting into some of these Eternal Guard. Hexrays doing what they can, trying to mulch up some of that infantry before it gets engaged. But Tretch is going to get over here. He's going to be getting into the thick of it against the Eternal Guard, backing up what's left of these Saurus Warriors. Some Clan Rats in support. Firebark Elders doing some work against the Saurus Spears, but they're getting shot up by these Chameleon Skinks, so they're getting hit with poison. Got some Enraged Saurus coming in to back it up. Unfortunately, they're going to get surrounded, and without doing much damage, are going to start routing. These Spears getting into the Tomb Guard, just holding the line here. Eternal Guard, such a great unit for that. Some more Plague Claw Catapults coming in on the Spell Singer and the Way Watchers. Seeing the Hell Pit exposed over here, we're going to start trying to goon him. Kolek and some Shagoths going to start bumping up, going after him, because that's a big threat with all that regen. Tretch is bringing in his Clan Rats, just hot on their tails, trying to bog them down. Sees that I'm going straight after that Hell Pit, so he's going to pull it off and start blobbing up around here to support. Spell Singer and Orion just hanging out back here, going to start trying to go after Cetra as he gets into the back line, chewing through these Way Watchers. Cetra very overexposed and alone, but before he goes, he's going to be dropping a Summons here, and right as he dies, gets the Ushabti into the back. So almost, but no cigar on taking down Cetra before that. So over here, routing some Skaven Slaves, but unfortunately we have a very, very large Vermintide blob the Hell Pit is going to be supporting, and they're just going to start tying up these Dragon Ogres and Kolek, and we're going to try and duke it out with him. Over here, the Hexray is getting in, trying to stop these Ushabti so that our Archer support can get back and to safety. Sorcerer getting in there to support against the Saurus Warriors. In the back over here, some Dragon Ogres that I managed to rally up, getting away from the infantry, just going straight in after the Plague Claw Catapult. That's about the gist of that. And then back over here in the big blob fight, we have Kolek and the Dragon Ogres desperately trying to take down this Hellpit Abomination, and it is just not happening. The Dragon Ogres end up routing here and getting terror routed over here. So they are going to be bailing out and dying horribly to all these poison slingers and the Hellpit. There's Rat Ogres here in support. Kolek duking it out with the Hellpit, desperately trying to take him down before it gets blobbed up. Dragon Ogres getting killed as they rout. But yeah, doing some really good damage. Unfortunately, he's just not going to have enough support. Horn of the Wild Hunt going off on him. A little while ago, he's doing a little extra damage and charge. So he's just kind of chilling in this fight. Desperately engaging, but Blessed with Filth is going to be popped here, and Kolek is just not going to be able to get this fight wrapped up. Leadership starts tanking, so we're going to try to start pulling him out of there. Chaos Sorcerer getting caught up by some Skaven Slaves, trying to get in here to support. Meanwhile, the Archers still firing in, just mulching some infantry, trying to get some good shots in on that Hell Pit, doing a lot of damage just with that regen. You just have to do some good nuke damage like that Khemrian War Sphinx took. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough ammo or units left to just really swing them down there. So yeah, Kolek just getting bogged down with the animations and stuff. Can't quite get him out of there. Sorcerer here tied up in a blob. But yeah, over here, the Dragon Ogres and the Summoners of Rage trying to get this Plague Claw down. The Hex Rays trying to support, take out some of this infantry. Some more Dragon Ogres coming back, getting into that Screaming Skull. We're just trying to isolate the rest of these like lone units and support units, try and cut them off from getting back into the fight or like providing artillery support, because we really don't have much left at this point. Kolek got routed, but he comes back. Hell Pit gooning on my Chaos Sorcerer with this death ball he's got going on. Thought he was gonna die, but look at him go. Just dodging and weaving in here. Mad Jukes trying to get out of there. And then we've got Orion here tanking it out, just getting thick in the fight. Got a spell dropping off here, a whole chain of them doing some good damage against the Skaven. Orion just giving them the beatdown. This whole Skaven horde running around across the field. Some Tomb Guard backing up these Skaven slaves and all these Rat Ogres. But Orion having none of it, just shivving them to pieces. Look at that, running them through. And he's going to be tanking this fight out for a hot minute, eventually routing them. Yeah, so right now, not much left. Regina over here with some of her vampire stuff, just trying to get some heals up and rally the old troops. Dragon Ogres trying to get together and survive. I'm down to a Dragon Ogre and Kolek trouncing about. Fortunately, my Sorcerer survived that death ball. The Skaven must have got bored, just went after some better targets, and left him to rally. So yeah, we're going to be beating on some of these Khepra Tomb Guard here. Just trying to get some free kills in, but then with all the Poison Slingers and the Bombardiers hanging out in the flanks over here, we're going to bail out. Don't want to be taking too much skirmish damage. So we're going to be running off to the flank over here by the Vampire accounts with Regina, looking for some safe haven. Hex Rays trying to get away from all of this. Unfortunately, the Skaven are a little too slow to really catch what we've got left. So there's some isolated units. Orion trying to run, and these three sisters getting saved by the Blood Knights with some thick charges here, plowing through. Just getting some really good damage. The Red Duke and the White King backing them up. Some more Clan Rats coming in though, so this fight, quite the brawl. All the cavalry just getting into the thick of things. White King and the Red Duke just hanging out in here, mulching people, tearing them apart. But yeah, all these Blood Knights, really good unit, great support. Unfortunately, the Hell Pit's going to start trouncing in here, doing some good damage. And Shaggoths and the rest of these sisters are just trying to rout everything else off that's hanging out back here. Try and drop the balance of power in our favor a little more, push them off the field, get rid of some of these reinforcing units. But over here, we're just going to have the Hell Pit beating on the Red Duke and the White King, trying to get some damage in on them. Absolutely surrounded by all this disgusting petulant filth. And yeah, they're going to be tanking this fight out. Very durable units, Red Duke and White King. These cheap Skavens are not going to be able to chew through all of their armor and health. So Tretch is going to try and get in the fight to do some damage here. with his anti-large and melee expert. But summoning some zombies in going to be really helpful here in this engagement, just kind of bogging down some of the melee animations, things like that, that the Skaven have. And then everywhere else we've got Kolek and the Shaggoth just kind of running around trying to get into some of these other units. Unfortunately, Kolek's leadership is going to tank because he has only 394 health left. And that's going to be it for him. He's going to be hauling it. While he's routing, we've got the Sorcerer also routing. He's heading straight off the battlefield. But yeah, Dragon Ogre over here trying to do what he can. Kolek is going to magically rally together and try and get back in here and do some damage. Black Coach coming back here, looking to assist our Dragon Ogre, try and get rid of some of this infantry for him. But he's going to reroute and go straight into these blobs, try and bait off the Hell Pit from this engagement, or my Dragon Ogre, try and get him exposed. And seeing that, I'm going to get Kolek and my Shaggoth over here, try and regroup them, stabilize Kolek if I can, now that we've shattered off another unit. The Black Coach is going to be getting engaged here and bogged down a little bit, and that Hell Pit's going to be coming in, so we are going to go to back it up with Kolek and the Shaggoth. Orion is here as well, desperate to take this Hell Pit down. Horribly tough unit. All that regeneration, you can see how much health he's going to be getting back if we don't get some good damage on him. So trying to do some damage here and free up the Black Coach, but Kolek is going to shatter off the battlefield and abandon all hope. He is tired. He does not want to keep doing this. Leg day has been a bit too much so far. He is going to go home and eat some chips. But yeah, Shaggoth getting in over here, trying to get some good shots on the Deathglow Bombardiers. They still have ammo left. Orion hounding that Hell Pit Abomination. Meanwhile, Red Duke and the White King back to back, just duking it out, trying to take out all this Skaven. You can see Tretch in here, just getting kind of punted around. Just trying to bog these guys down and bring them down through attrition. Unfortunately, it is not quite working. You can see the battlefields here. Firebark getting chased off by some clan rats, some more routing units, and that's going to be the gist of that. But we're going to get back down in here. And this battle just, beefy. All these casualties being taken, but these guys still tanking it out with some decent health. 994 or 964 now, dropping at 1900. The Hell Pit's going to go down after my Shaggoth completely fails to eliminate him. But Orion going to shiv him, get that kill. Blood Knight's going to be coming into support. Start trying to rinse up some of these units, getting bogged down by some Skaven Slave Spears though. And with the Hell Pit dropping, that is going to be a big blow to the morale of the Skaven forces. So that blob starts dispersing, a lot of units routing off the battlefield. And then Tretch is going to get caught up by Orion, and that is not a fight he wants to be in. Orion is going to beat the heck out of him. Red Duke and White King here, trying to route some more infantry, just start getting into Tretch. And Tretch is in a perilous situation here. Balance of power is strongly tipping in our favor, so unless they can take down one of these lords, that's going to be it for them. But Tretch is going to get terror routed, and that's probably going to spell doom for the rest of these Skaven forces. There's nothing left for the Lizardmen. The Tomb Kings are all but gone, wiped off the battlefield, and Tretch is going to rout. So he is completely at the mercy of the Red Duke here, who is going to be chasing him off the battlefield. Orion, such a beast, going to be following up on melee. And yeah, that's going to shatter Tretch and BGG. The rest of the forces are going to rout off the battlefield, and we are going to take the victory. So yeah, really fun game, really tough. Came down to just a tiny amount of units. I think at one point at the end there, we had like 50 models left against like 1300. So it was definitely very difficult, but it was a lot of fun. You can see 51 deployed here, 86 kills Kolek, Sorcerer getting 47, 44, 32, 19, 66 on Dragon Ogres and the Summoners of Rage, 136 on the Shaggoth, doing great work. These guys just picking off all the large targets. You can see Tea Time over here with the Lizardmen, 4 kills on Krokgar. His infantry getting some decent work done with like only 10-20 kills apiece. Just kind of trying to get in the thick of it. They ended up bogging down most of my big stuff, so they were doing more damage but not getting too many kills on the counter here. The Chameleon Skinks mostly skirmishing against the larger units as well. Big deal here. My death ball here, taking out Krokgar with all that archer support from wickD. The Cold One Riders getting no kills, Bastillodons just getting no work done, which is huge because of their price point. You definitely want to be getting some payback with them. They do decent damage against these guys, so I mean you can consider that, but not killing anything and getting taken out right at the beginning of the battle, really rough time for the Lizardman player who's working with big morale modifiers for the worse, with Krokgar being gone for his infantry, just trying to get them and stay in the fight. So wickD and Fudger. wickD here getting 115 kills on Orion, just shivving units left and right, taking out Rat Ogres and Skaven, mulching some infantry, getting in and supporting against the Tomb Kings. Spellsinger with 24 kills there for the heals, getting a lot of healing done on my Dragon Ogres as well as Kolek, which was a big help after that initial engagement against the Lizardmen because we took a pretty high amount of damage taking down all those dinos. Eternal Guard holding the line, doing pretty good. 0 kills here, but doing some damage. 23, 53, 20. Just trying to hold out against these massive swarms of infantry. 24, 28, 35, 28 on the Way Watchers, doing tons of damage, helping nuke down Krokgar with Kolek there, and then also entirely slaughtering a Kemrian War Sphinx, and one of the Tomb Scorpions taking a ton of damage from him as well. 68 kills on the Sisters of Thorn, doing great work, and into some routing units, some isolated stuff, backing up Orion. And the Way Watchers, Firebark Elders, didn't do great, 17 kills. They were getting hit by a lot of poison from the Skaven and just getting bogged down in some of the Skaven and Lizardmen infantry, and they just weren't really able to hit anything. So they distracted them, held the line for as long as they could, but they ended up getting routed off. So over here with Fudger, 16 kills on Tretch Craventail, who is basically just following around all the lords. Kolek, Orion, just picking at their heels, giving them a little shiv here and there. Next we've got 9 kills on the Plague Priest, dropping some really good supporting spells. 4 kills, 0 kills, 20 kills on the Skaven Slaves, just chaff infantry, bogging stuff down. 16, 25 on some Clan Rats. Some Spears here, getting 10, 17, and 22. 47 and 66 on the Plague Monks, doing really good work. They were really helpful in those engagements, supporting like the Hellpit Abomination and things like that, just getting some damage onto Kolek and the other Dragon Ogres. Gutter Runner Slingers with Poison doing really good support work. Not many kills, but mainly because they were shooting at the larger stuff during all the battles, and that poison is really dropping their combat effectiveness. So that was pretty clutch there for the Skaven. 84 kills on the Deathglow Bombardiers, doing some really good work against like my Dragon Ogres and some of the other units that we had. Rat Ogres getting some decent kills, mostly engaged with like Orion and Dragon Ogres and things like that. So whenever they did get a kill, it was a lot of XP. Hellpit Abomination, an absolute monster, tanking so much damage, getting into fights multiple times with the Dragon Ogres and walking away with the better. Eventually going down to Orion, shivving it in the cankles after it went blow for blow with a Dragon Ogre, managed to take it out, but then the next hit from Orion brought it down. So Plague Claw Catapult here getting 41 kills, doing really good work sitting in the back there. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to it very quickly, so it got decent work done against wickD's archers. Unfortunately, he was doing a really good job though with microing and like moving his archers around, keeping them mobile, so the artillery wasn't getting too much damage done on him, but it was catching him every now and again. Regina next, and Too Young, Too Simple. So we've got 73 kills on the Red Duke, 82 on the White King. This elite knot right here was essential at the end, just holding up against all that Skaven and Lizardmen infantry just blobbed in there. Just total tanks. 115, 27, 118 on the Hex Rays, doing an awesome job of chasing around all of their infantry on the outskirts and routing infantry, putting them off the board. Doing a really good job. 203 kills on the Blood Knights. Again, just getting those charges, picking units off here and there, just mulching stuff. Great support. 23 and 10 on the Dire Wolves, trying to do some damage on Cetra, getting some kills on some chaff infantry. Another really good pick. 207 on the Black Coach with all these chevrons, XP rank 9, just wrecking people, getting in there, getting some heals, doing some good damage against the infantry. Yeah, it was definitely a really nice build for supporting everything that we had, getting in and chasing stuff around, running things down. So over here with the Tomb Kings, we've got 111 on Cetra. Really good kill count there, getting some of the Way Watchers, taking down some cheap infantry, Eternal Guard, things like that, helping his front line. 42, 52, 9-2 on some Spearmen. Again, doing a good job bogging down with the Eternal Guard, trying to support their constructs. 25 and 91. This Tomb Guard getting a lot of damage done, tearing through some of those Eternal Guard. 4 kills on the Kepler Guard. Unfortunately, they got isolated and caught out by a lot of my Dragon Ogres and some of the Hex Rays, things like that. So they got ran down and didn't really come away with much there. 2 kills on Ushabti Great Bow. They got run down as well in the back after the Screaming Skull Catapult got mulched down by the Dragon Ogres. 19 on the Tomb Scorpion, getting a little damage done, but again being nuked down by the monsters and those Way Watchers. This Tomb Scorpion getting beat down after the Lizards dinos got routed by Kolak and the Shaggoths. Khemrian War Sphinx getting absolutely crushed by Way Watchers, just shot to pieces. And the Screaming Skull Catapult getting some good shots in on the Way Watchers. It just doesn't seem to do a lot of damage, and a lot of the hits seem to just miss. So not the best artillery piece. It looks really cool though. So I mean, there's that. It's very aesthetic. But yeah, that's about the gist of it. So definitely a very unorthodox build. Our opponents had a really good build here to deal with like any kind of like normal lineups. But it was definitely a little tough with all this diversity that we had in our formation here. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like it. Please do subscribe. Hit the little bell button for some notifications. I'll let you know when I'm uploading. I do tend to upload at least once a day, sometimes more. But yeah, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Any things that you really liked, any criticisms, what I can do better. What you thought of the battle. If there's any builds that you'd like me to try, any factions you'd like me to play, let me know. I will be doing some more Dark Elf videos because they are the next faction that I'm probably going to be focusing on after Chaos here, because I'm really comfortable with Chaos. Love the faction, but need a little switch up. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. Hope you guys have a great day.